And if it sucks with no weight on the bar, it's going to really suck with weight on the bar.
Yeah. Hi guys, I'm Mianna Albersworth.
I'm Seth Albersworth.
And I'm Sam Brown, and we are here at Elite FTS to go over a bunch of tips and tricks and things that you can do to increase your bench press for your training.
So what we're going to talk about today is getting your lats involved on the bench press from the very beginning. So something we see all the time is when people unrack the bar, they're just kind of grabbing it, they just press it out. There's no upper back tightness, there's no real stability. They're just kind of holding it on top of themselves, loading their pecs, and not creating any real tension before they start lowering the bar. Just because, again, if you're rushing, if you're quick, you're going to be loading into the wrong structures, you're going to be lacking stability, you aren't going to have the tension that you need in order to really control the bar as you're lowering it.
And that seems to be a common theme with the
deadlift,
with the squat. It's just that tension, right? You have to build that tension from the start.
From the very beginning, you want to make sure that you're squeezing the bar as hard as you can. Just because the harder you squeeze the bar, the tighter everything else is going to be. The tightness is going to travel from your hands, up your arms, into your shoulders. So the harder you're gripping it, the more that's going to transition to tightness to your whole body. The cue that we like to use is trying to squeeze the bar especially hard with your pinky and try to drive that pinky into the bar.
So essentially you want to get your shoulders to rotate, theoretically rotate out, have the intent to rotate out.
Yeah. So that's going to be turning on your rotator cuff. That's going to create more stability within your shoulder joint itself. And just get you better locked in and create more tension where you need it.
Excellent. So when you actually go to unrack the bar, what are you thinking about when you're in that position?
So from there, once you have that external rotation torque, once you're tight, once you're squeezing the bar, what we like to think about is using these lips on the front of the bench to pull the bar into them like you're doing a straight arm pull down kind of. That way you're going to be involving your lats, kind of getting that tension through your upper back. It's going to pull your rib cage up even higher and allow you to kind of load into your upper back versus just loading into your pecs.
So I think a lot of people have that misconception that a bench press, I'm just training my pecs, right? Even like powerlifters and whatnot don't realize how much of the lat or upper back are involved in the bench press. And what you're saying now is you're trying to activate all the muscles in your upper back and your lats to stabilize that bar, right?
When you're lowering the bench, once your humerus reaches a certain point behind your rib cage, your lat isn't really pulling the humerus back any further. It's actually going to stop it from going further back. So your lats really can start to catch your bench in the bottom.
Right, which is kind of a weird concept to think about, right? Like that's one of those things that...
It's totally counterintuitive because you think lats, you think rowing, you think pulling the bar down or pulling something into you.
Yep.
So what you don't want to do when you're unracking the bar is overpress it to clear the hooks. See how much less stable she looks. You can even just tell with the empty bar. Everything's wonky. And if she were to lower it from here, her range of motion is longer.
That's substantially longer.
Yeah, and it just doesn't look good.
No.
And even from this point, like if I've already unracked it like this, it's so much harder for me to get my scapula into proper position. Because like I have to actually fight it and like individually move my scapula to kind of close or protract at that point.
All right, let's see an unrack here. Perfect. And you can just tell, right? Like just the amount of tension being built up.
Yeah.
Like that's a lot different than like the Globo gym bros that you'll see benching, right? That's a much different technique for sure.
And one thing that we can kind of talk about too, I don't think we've mentioned it yet, is once you've taken that bar, you can take an extra second and let the weight of the bar get you even tighter. Like let it kind of sink into the bench, let yourself sink into the bench before you bring that bar down. But once you're down at the very bottom, you want to be thinking of timing it so that you can push with your legs, so that you can use all that tension and then use your legs to bring it up.
So if you guys like this video, you can check out a video that we just filmed on using a model lift for the first time. And make sure that you click like, click subscribe, and share this video with your friends.
Don't forget to ring that bell. No, where do you want me?
Just a bit there.
Where do I put my fucking hands?